This is David Owens with University of Delaware. Today is July 25th, and I am standing in a field of very pretty looking soybeans and wanted to discuss two-spot spider mite and how to determine whether or not to make a treatment application. So two-spot spider mites will cause stippling on the leaves. You can see that here, these little faint yellow specks. That's caused by mites underneath of that leaf sucking out the chlorophyll. We have a threshold of roughly half of the plants showing stippling. If we've got stippling on more than a third of the leaves, and we do, here, all the way in the bottom of the canopy up to the top of the canopy, we've entered the reproductive stages of these plants where we need to protect foliage. Then the last thing is, are the mites still present? Our threshold is based on number of mites per leaflet given the other two conditions. So the threshold is right around 20 spider mites per leaflet. 2 weeks ago, when we were experiencing severe dry weather and a lot of heat, days in the upper 90s, I would have absolutely recommended a treatment for this field. However, we have since gotten many days of rain. We've got about 6 inches of rain at this location 2 weeks ago. And then over the last several days, we've got another couple of inches over a multi-day period of time. So one of the most important natural enemies for two-spot spider mite are fungal pathogens. Fungal pathogens like weather like this: cloudy, overcast, wet. The canopy stays wet. It probably hasn't dried out in 2 days. Very quickly, when those environmental conditions are reached, if that fungus is active, it can burn through two-spot spider mite populations quickly. I would be surprised if we still see a lot of mite activity by this time next week, given the wet, cool, cloudy, saturated conditions that we've experienced. There are predatory mites that can also take out two-spot spider mite, and they look somewhat similar to spider mites. They're the same size, but instead of having the spots on them, they're fairly uniform in color, either straw or light tan, or some of them are even red in color, but they move fast. They're going to be actively moving on the leaves. Next thing to look at is, do we have live spider mites on these leaves? And right there used to be a spider mite. I take that back. That one is still alive. This leaf actually does have a fair number of live mites on it. Let's see. There's one right there out of focus. There we go. Right there in the center. Two-spot spider mite has a couple of different color morphs. One is called the carmine mite. Some people consider it a separate species, but it's kind of a strawberry color, but has white legs. We lost Lorsban. Dimethoate is still an option. It's okay. It's not great on mites. It's okay. It'll knock them back about 40%. Some people like to use bifenthrin for mites. I do not recommend bifenthrin for mites. If you need to treat the field for something else and don't want to flare up mites, maybe it's an option. But from a control standpoint, if you've already got a problem, it's not going to do the job. Soybeans, we also have Agrimec and atoxazole. There's a couple of different formulations on the market now. Both Agrimec and atoxazole, or the brand name Zeal, will zero mites out. Agrimec will zero them out a little bit quicker than Zeal, but both will zero the mites out just about completely. Yep, definitely want to get a sweep net on here. There's another stink bug. I had another one fly into me as I was walking the field edge.